Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Barely Necessities here at Laughing Place. I'm the site's co-founder, Rebecca Mosley, and Rebecca Burbank is here with the latest and greatest items in our Disney wish lists. So, Becca, how have you been? It's been a while since I've been here.
I know. I've been good. The weather's just starting to get cool and it's so nice. I'm like, yes, I can wear fun vests and long sleeve shirts and just very cozy. But yeah.
That's one of the wild things about traveling for me this time of year in the Bay Area of California. When I left, we were dealing with temps in like the 90s. And I'm gone for a week and I come back and I'm having to turn the heat on because for me, it's a cold 50 in the morning, which for me is too cold. So it's just kind of a wild leave for a week and come back to a totally different season. So
yes, no, I hear you. I hear you. But did you? I hear you were also you got to do Walt Disney World. Is that
yeah? No,
correct?
I was at Walt Disney World for about a week and a half. But in my case, that's also where my family resides, and I am a auntie again. I have another niece. And this was the first time that I was able to be there when she arrived. So it was get to see a newborn kiddo. So that was a lot of fun and cut into what would have been park time, but no complaints. No. But we got to do some great eating. I know Doobie and I want to do like a kind of a recap of our recent trip because we hit 3 of the 4 Disney parks, and then he also went to Universal Studios for a bit as well during our trip. So yeah, lots of fun had by all. But right now, my son and husband are not here. Because they popped on down to Southern California because there's a special celebration going on, and we have merchandise around that. I have to admit, I've seen the musical. I don't know that I've seen the movie.
What? Okay, I haven't seen the musical. I've seen the movies. You haven't seen the movie? You haven't even seen the wow. Okay, well,
I'm sure like over the course of my life, I have seen all of Back to the Future in some way, because here and there it's been, but no, I've never just sat down and watched this movie, and it's been around for 40 years.
Well, I will then admit that I have never seen Jaws, and I know that's also like, isn't that also
50?
Okay, 50. I know there was a big celebration, or that Universal was excited to celebrate both this and Jaws. So I have yet to see Jaws. I know, shocker. But okay, so that's my reveal.
We're starting, but we've got a lot of Back to the Future merchandise in celebration of the 40th event. What as I kind of scroll through this, Becca, what did anything in particular, jump out at you as, oh, I gotta have it?
Well, and not so much gotta have it. I do like that. I do like the DeLorean popcorn bucket. I mean, that is pretty sweet.
And this is happening at the AMC theaters as part of the limited release. And yeah, you can pop up those doors and enjoy your popcorn in a DeLorean. Doobie actually was gifted a pair of the Hey Dudes.
Really?
And yeah, the ones on the right with the DeLorean designs. I kind of wish he'd gotten the pink ones.
I think that looks like the hoverboard. Is that the inspiration?
Yep, that's the hoverboard design, but that is totally my husband's style. But check out the kicks. He said that they're more comfortable than he expected. He's not purchased from Hey Dude before, and he's not been one to buy loafers either. In fact, he asked me if he needed to like try and tie them, and I'm like, no, they're really set up for you to just kind of slip them on. So yeah, and inside they have Doc and McFly right inside the sole in the shoe there. So you get a peek at them, but lots. I mean, you've got Fisher Price, Little Peoples, you have Lego sets, all kinds of stuff.
I was surprised Polly Pocket Yeah, right there. There we go with the clock tower and the lightning. I mean, and you've got a hoverboard. Like that is just crazy to me that they went in that direction with Polly Pocket, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, doing a great job nowadays of leaning into toys that we loved as children with franchises that we have nostalgia for. So maybe we want to buy it for a kid, or maybe we want to buy it for ourselves and just kind of, relive a little bit of our own childhood. With the Croc, some of the embellishments include the sports almanac, as well as the clock face. So nice little nods to various moments in time within the film. See, I worked in time there. They have Gibson guitar. So be sure to check out the link that we'll have below to see the variety of items that are available right now as far as Back to the Future celebration goes. I know, Gio, so many different little people sets, not only old stuff. I've seen The Office, I've seen Friends, which I guess Friends is old now, but
I mean, yeah, it ended the year I graduated. So yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's old as well. But there you go.
I think Friends can legally drink from the finale. The Friends finale, I think, can legally drink. So
well, hopping over to what our usual domain is, and that's specifically within the Disney universe. Becca, what are we going to be talking about next?
We've got two items in the Loungefly pastel collection. Just yesterday, we saw that Judy Hopps from Zootopia 2, she joined the collection with a new Loungefly mini backpack and an ear headband. This pastel collection, some of the items have been fuzzy, some not so much fuzzy, but that softer color palette. So yeah, I think this is kind of cute. She's hanging out there in a donut.
There you go.
And I like the blue bow. Yes.
With sprinkles.
Gotta have a sprinkle donut, yeah.
My son won't eat the donut unless it's a sprinkles donuts typically.
I mean, there was a long time where I was like, nope, just sprinkle donuts. Now I've kind of like gotten into a little bit fancier donuts, but
I've always been a donut person. For me, it's always been about either jelly or cream, some sort of filled donut. That's always been my go-to. So yeah, if I'm gonna get just a plain donut, then I'm gonna go with like just a pastry instead, like a cinnamon roll or an apple fritter. Otherwise, fill that donut. How about you, Gio? I know you're watching. What's your donut go-to? And do you have a national chain that you're a fan of? I grew up with Winchell's in Southern California. They are a cake donut as opposed to the Krispy Kreme, which is more of what I call yeast donut. Yep. So
yeah, I've fried donuts for a while. I worked at a bakery and we fried donuts. That's quite an undertaking.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. At a grocery store. It was a grocery store. We had a really good bakery in the grocery store. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's one of those things. That's one of those jobs that I've kind of thought, I want to do that for a bit. I mean, I've had a bunch of different, I've had a variety of jobs, over my life, whether it's bookkeeping, I worked in custodial, I did store sales, but haven't done anything in the food industry.
Yeah, it's a different beast.
Oh, Gio saying haven't had Winchell's in years. You used to have they got that far east. I didn't know that they made it that far east. Wow, okay. So that's one of the things I always hit I try to hit when I'm in Southern California is a Winchell's donuts. Let's see, Becca, I got so distracted by donuts. I'm sorry. We have some Disney Store news. What do you want to make sure people know about?
Well, today there was a new limited edition doll release in celebration of the 30th anniversary of Toy Story.
Oh, so very cool.
We have a very lovely Bo Peep doll, and she comes with her 3 sheep. So that's not them on the fun graphic that we made there, but that is Bo, and she looks just like she did in the first film. I love that they went with that look because she's had a little bit of an evolution throughout the series, mainly in Toy Story 4. But yeah, this is her. And then
do you be saying bakers have to wake up at 3 a.m.? I think the way my life is, I just wouldn't go to sleep.
We had to be at. You didn't wake up at 3 a.m. You had to be there at 3 a.m.
Because
Most of my baking shifts started at 2 in the morning, 2 or 3.
so another thing I did for a little while was bundling newspapers for the paper boys and stuff like that. I say that like for the people who were, distributing the newspapers, used to bundle them. And that was one of those things where it was overnight because you had the late printing and then you're bundling them for the morning. And it was that kind of thing. I know, right? I know she's on the elliptical. I was going to ask her. I was like, is it a walking pad?
Sorry, is it that? Okay, yeah, I guess I am kind of getting into it.
No, it's
see if I can sit
No. It's
straighter.
I love it. A lot of my favorite video podcasts, they also are active while I'm watching, and it just reminds me to, hey, don't forget to get your motion in today.
Right.
We're so sedentary now. So yeah,
We are.
I appreciate it. Geo thinks that these look like a Wallace and Gromit type sheep.
They kind of do. And I forgot they have names. So they are Billy, Goat, and Gruff. I don't know in which order, but these 3 sheep are part of the doll set there, and so they are separate as well. They're their own thing, and they're about 4.5 inches tall, so kind of the same size like of a Funko Pop. And the box that she comes in has a battery powered light to replicate that lamp that from the first movie, because that's Bo Peep was part of the lamp. So
yeah, I like that. That is fantastic. Very cool. No, this is the one I want, not that layout. This layout. Doobie saying he's gonna come to Parks Talk from UJam next week. I would love to see that. So yeah, I would like to see that. Celestino from Parks Talk, he was wandering around Disneyland. So we're doing everything we can to remind everybody to keep in motion.
yes.
Let's see. I want to also showcase the Loungefly pastel collection.
Oh yes, Pascal. Yes, I forgot about him. I had it on the document and then I just completely went past it. But yes, he also is new to the Loungefly pastel collection. He arrived last week before Judy did.
I love the interior here, that bright yellow. Pascal's adorable. In fact, he is the focus of my Sensational 7. It's because it's National Reptile Day.
Perfect. I love that.
We'll highlight Pascal. So, but here he is in his own adorable lounge fly collection backpack, as well as beautiful ears. When we're talking about ears, Bubble Bar has been releasing more and more ears as part of their jewelry collection. Yes. And they just dropped their holiday designs. I love this gingerbread house look.
Yeah, no, the gingerbread is super, super cute. And then, yes, these are at Bobble Bar. I think they do actually have a few holiday styles at Disney Store, but everything we're looking at is like exclusive to Bobble Bar. And yeah, these are really charming.
When you're dealing with Bubble Bar, it's beautiful enamel work. In many cases, they're rather on the large size. Their earrings, their pendants, but they are lightweight in their construction. So things like this, you're dealing with a kind of a hollowed out design. So it's that puff design. So it's not heavy on the ear, but yet it is a chunkier look when you have them. I like the bright colors that they're going with. The mouse ears within the gingerbread, although this makes me a little sad knowing that the Grand Floridian is not going to have a gingerbread house this year. I'm still dealing. Walking around the Grand Floridian lobby during our recent trip and the construction and everything, I totally get it, but I was just like, oh, it's going to be weird in a few weeks.
Not having
doesn't smell of massive amounts of gingerbread in the lobby here. Peppermint, by the way, we're seeing a lot of peppermint designs popping up. We'll be showcasing some shortly, but I noticed that at the parks as well, just a kind of leaning into the holiday foods, gingerbread, peppermint. within the merchandise elements. And this is a beautiful trinket box.
Yes.
Bubble Bar has several of these out there now. One is a Mickey head, opens up, very sparkly. So if you have counter space where you want to store some of your necklaces or rings or earrings or whatnot, take a look at Bubble Bar if you haven't given them a peek. They have some really beautiful Disney designs that are quite sparkly and vibrant in color. So
yes.
Bringing those to your attention. Let's see, next up we're talking about, the peppermint I was talking about.
Peppermint, yes. Yeah, so these are 2 new Starbucks tumblers, which were on sale very briefly as part of private access, which didn't seem to be that exclusive. You just had to have a Disney account.
Okay.
It was supposed to be up for 2 days or until supplies last, and they sold out the first day. But Good news is these are coming back for the general public to purchase, and that's going to be on October 31st. So, yeah, these are that fun, like you were saying, the peppermint. I really like that there's that sparkle, that red sparkle to them, and that this one with the handle here also includes a charm. That's something I haven't seen before. I've seen like the covers for the straw, but not the charms. So kind of an interesting little addition.
A new design look to me from Starbucks. You can see it has a little spot on the straw here where you can link and unlink that charm, which leads me to think that we're going to see more of these. And this feels like I would be less likely to lose than the bottle topper. I can see where I might have lost those very easily. Whereas this hook's there, so yeah, nice, interesting. I'm not a Starbucks tumbler person. They're very popular amongst my peer group. So constantly seeing new ones pop up when I'm at like various school events. But they're a little too broad for. I don't like the way they feel. I'm picky with the way they feel my hand. So I'm a corksicle devotee because of the taper that corksicle has. But these are really, the color on these really caught my eye with the sparkle. So it doesn't come off quite as well in a still image, but the sparkle is quite nice. So if you're someone who wants sparkle, do not overlook the Halloween release of the peppermint Starbucks items.
Right, I know that's a weird thing to say, and you did it perfectly.
At Epcot, we saw some new merchandise celebrating the United Kingdom.
Yes, we did. Yeah, there's some apparel, there's some collectibles, there's some ornaments. We've looked at a couple of the different collections at the various pavilions at Epcot and World Showcase. So that's I like that we're taking a look at this. Previously, they've done like an Alice in Wonderland or like a Mary Poppins collections, but this is very much like, here's the Union Jack and Mickey and Minnie. I like it.
I'm fond of this look where we have the patterned nature of Mickey, but yet it's the Union Jack. I hope we see that replicated. I mean, I would really like that with a U.S. design with, the stars and stripes and then that Mickey pattern and then the nice logo in the front. So with all of the announcements that just came out about, soaring across the U.S. and America and the various other celebratory, we're going to have, they made sure to let everybody know that the July 4th fireworks will be over several days. This isn't something new to those of us who are fans of parks, we know, but it doesn't tend to be touted in quite this way. So that'll be happening. And I'm sure we'll hear other announcements as we approach that 250th celebration of America. It sounds like the Disney parks, along with the Disney TV brands, are really going to be jumping in to that type of content and embracing that celebration. Regarding this UK line, I like that it has the red phone booth. It's something that when I think of that particular pavilion at Epcot, immediately, those pop into mind. And while the double-decker bus is very UK globally, long time ago, we used to also see one over at World Showcase, so it feels a little nostalgic in a way. So yeah, I'm happy to once again see this World Showcase with the Disney element popping up around the lagoon there. So they're so cute, Mickey and Minnie on that bench.
It really is cute. Yeah, and I like that there's a couple different iterations of Mickey Mouse, or I feel like we've got a couple different animation styles here of Mickey to kind of fit whatever you personally like.
Yeah, I really like this Mickey kind of pattern on the background there. So, oh yeah, okay. Moving on to other aspects of the Disney company, there's a Hulu series, and it is within a fictitious football world. I love this show. Have you been watching it?
I have not, but I thought we should definitely talk about Shop Hulu. So let's put this on here. So I'm glad that you're watching it. Okay, so have you watched Ted Lasso?
Yes.
Is it like not like a clone of the show or comparable, but is it that kind of thing? Is it?
I would say it's similar. It's a similar vibe in that world of sports entertainment. But the story you're dealing with here is a college quarterback who totally blew out his career by a horrible mistake in a signature game. And he's trying to figure out a way back, and he creates this persona in order to kind of get a second chance at football. And he is on this team that's name is escaping me, right? It's the Catfish, some sort of catfish.
I think you're right. I think it is Catfish. Yeah.
South Georgia Catfish. Okay. I was like, why is it SG? I couldn't remember. Okay. Yeah. The South Georgia Catfish. His name is, the quarterback name is Chad Powers. That's the name of the series. It stars the beautiful Glenn Powell.
Yes.
And it's funny because he goes between looking like Glenn Powell and not looking, and this Chad Powers creation. So it's a fun kind of back and forth there. But I love that they're leaning into this fictitious team. I'll be interested to see how many of these kind of pop up when I go to various Disney events.
Right.
The series seems to be getting kind of middling reviews.
Okay.
It hasn't been extremely praised, but Doobie and I are enjoying it. I look forward to it each week. And there you go, the South Georgia Catfish. So if you are a Disney fan, commit this to memory because it'll probably pop up on trivia contests in the future. What team did Chad Powers play for in his eponymous series? So, and you'll know, the South Georgia Catfish.
There you go. Yeah, and if you like Chad Powers and you like the merchandise here, Shop Hulu also has a ton of other merchandise from like Only Murders in the Building.
Really?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yes, even some Buffy the Vampire Slayer stuff. So I'm super excited about that. So yeah, if you can, I won't say if you can stream it, you can purchase it, but you know, they are focusing on a lot of different shows that are currently streaming on the platform.
Oh, there you go. Shop by Only Murders in the Building. Let me see. Yeah. What can I get for Only Murders in the Building? Watch, they'll spoil it. I'm like,
I hope not.
Wouldn't that be funny? Like, oh, spoil it. Oh, wow, they've even got pops. Do you need a Charles Hayden pop?
This looks like stuff that I wouldn't say is exclusive to Hulu. A lot of it are items that you can find all over the internet. But if you're going to be on the Hulu website, why not take a look?
Oh, Arconia. Maybe I need an Arconia sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, pickleball club stuff. So, there you go. Okay, I'm scared. I'm like, I don't want to scroll too much. I'm worried it'll be because I'm
It'll be
behind.
like
Behind on
I figured it out. I figured out it was blank.
Right? Okay. Moving on within the Disney realm, we're moving over to the world of Marvel because yes, that is under the Disney umbrella. What do we have this week, Becca?
So these are, I think it's Mego action figures. So these are some vintage action figures from like the 1970s, reproduced, revamped for the 2025 audience. This is a Spider-Man 4-pack. They're a little bit taller than the action figures that we're used to seeing and a little bit smaller than like the fashion dolls. They're about 8 inches tall. So this is Spider-Man and 3 of his villains. We've got Green Goblin, Lizard, and Electro. And yeah, this is a limited edition set that you can get at Disney Store. I believe they're at other retailers as well, but just the fact that it's at Disney Store is pretty cool.
Hi, Monique. Gio thinks they look like robot chickens. So.
They totally look like robot chicken figures. I wonder if like that's where Robot Chicken got a lot of their figures, you know, because like I mean that I feel like the creators of Robot Chicken would have had these types of figures and you know action figures. I don't know.
Look at how enormous this head is.
Right?
I'm sorry, this ear. This ear is on the head.
It's well, yeah, because he's the Green Goblin, so he's got the, you know, like
really
get up.
That's impressive. That's a lot of ear. I was watching a TV show the other day, and I forget the character, but it similarly caught me off guard like that. Within the world of Star Wars, Mike Celestino spotted a lot of new droid merchandise.
A lot of droid merchandise
too. And we had to share it with you. Also, some new glassware featuring the Black Spire outpost and Oga's cantina designs as well, from what I recall. I'm sure that Mike translated quite a bit of the Arabic for you. If you are not fluent in Arabic, he is.
Yes. It's really actually quite simple. It is like a one-to-one letter exchange. So if you know if you can recognize the letters of our alphabet and you just line it up to that counterpart in Arabic, you too can figure it out. But yeah, when we say fluent, like he can look at that shirt and know exactly what it says. And I'm going to have to sit here and say, I think that might be, and I'm thinking it's AST. So I'm guessing they're going to say astromech. But yeah, it's
okay. And I know the bottom 2 words are Droid Depot.
So there we go. But yeah, I can't read it as fast as Mike can, but I can puzzle my way through.
Yeah, he sent us an invitation to an event one time. I had to pull out a decoder ring in order to figure out exactly what was happening. But apparently droids are fantastic. I mean, I know from my Roosevelt hat it's the case, but yeah, Droid Depot is the place to be. Oh yeah, I know one of the shirts does have some Arabic style writing, but it is simply English lettering. I like this R2D2.
I do too. Yeah, especially I think there's another photo a little bit closer of the next one is just R2. Like yeah.
No.
I love the detail on that.
I like that. I'm about to get fitted for a hybrid prosthetic for my leg. And I've been trying to. I want to give it some Star Wars name because it's like gonna be black and carbon fiber and everything. And so I've been trying to think of. I asked ChatGPT. I didn't appreciate ChatGPT's. It had like Darth Stabilis was one of them. But yeah, no, I'm trying to. I want some sort of Star Warsy name to refer to my new leg device.
What about like K2SO or something like that?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but looking at all this droid stuff, brought that to mind, my upcoming bionic leg edition.
Hey,
check it out, a Gronk droid mug. Oh,
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Gronk. I always say Gronk because I am such a fan of Gronkowski. Whenever I see Gronk, I always say Gronk. Sorry, Gronk.
No, I can see how that. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind right now, but I totally get it. I do the exact same thing.
It's so fun. Okay, this is adorable. I mean, can you not just hear the little droid in your head? Gronk, Gronk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. And the little movement. Yeah.
Yep. Waddle, waddle. Ooh, a stemless tumbler.
Yeah, those look really nice too. And
Yeah,
that
with the
Droid
Droid
Depot
logo on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so Mike, you can see we're at 37 of 82. Mike took a pile of photos because there's just so much new droid related merchandise popping up on the coast. So you can check the link below for more about that Droid Depot release. And as these items pop up at the Disney store, we will be sure to pass that along as well when it happens. So
yes,
nice stuff.
Yeah, really, it is really nice.
And with that, I think it is time for this week's Sensational 7. And this week's Sensational 7 is inspired by the National Reptile Day. Today, October 21st, apparently, is National Reptile Day. And my favorite Disney reptile is Pascal. The Sensational 7 is loosely inspired by the 7 dwarfs. That's Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, Dopey, Sneezy, Bashful, and Doc. Hi, Jasmine! And starting off with Sleepy, who wouldn't want to take a nap cuddled up with this adorable Pascal pillow buddy. There he is. He's cute. He's adorable. This is available at Target. Also from Target. This is another reptile within that Disney universe. And
yes,
it is Bruni, or Bruni, I think.
Oh, and he moves?
He walks and he illuminates.
I love it. It's so cute.
So there you go. I mean, you have to smile when you see him. He is adorable. So the walk and go glow fire spirit. See, I really need to learn whether it's Bruni or Bruni. You guys in the chat, let me know.
I've always said Bruni
or an I at the end, because I've seen it visually more than I've heard it. So I need to lock it in. So that's Sleepy and Happy. Now we're moving on to Grumpy. In this case, I went with a villainous reptile and Johanna from The Rescuers Down Under, the pet monitor lizard who is chasing them. Kyle says Bruni. Okay, I'm gonna go with Kyle's Bruni. So yeah, so there we go. Rescuers Down Under. This is a wildlife t-shirt. This is available from Hot Topic, and it has the pet monitor lizard who is eating eggs and finally escapes the clutches of the big baddie in the movie and swims away to safety. Dopey, I like to highlight various jewelry because I think of his sparkly eyes in the mine. And in this case, it's a Pandora charm. But Becca, this Pandora charm changes colors.
Which is so fitting because he's a chameleon.
There you go. See, so it'll have that solid green tone, or it'll have a nice green, lighter green tone with these beautiful little flower emblems on it. So you can check out that Pascal color changing charm from Pandora over at Disney Store. Next up is Sneezy. I tend to choose a backpack or a purse or something that you might want to keep your tissues in if you are sneezing. And in this case, it is a holiday design. Okay, look, you've got Pascal, you've got mistletoe, you've got candy cane, and of course you've got the ugly Christmas sweater. It's like the pose from when he was dressed in the little dress, and he's like clearly not amused. I feel like this is how my terrier used to look at me sometimes when I would put a shirt on every once in a while. He did, however, very much like his Hanukkah jingly. It wasn't a collar, but it was like it was like he would wear it around his neck, but it wasn't a collar. And
Okay.
but he liked that one. When we would bring it out, the little bells would jingle. He'd come running over. But other things, not a fan. Gio says, I like Sweater Pascal. I'm a fan of Sweater Pascal. Monique, a fan of Sweater Pascal. So this is a Loungefly holiday mini backpack. So you can find that over at Hot Topic. And for Bashful, I went with something a little subtle, and that is a small ornament for your tree that Pascal just popping out, just giving you a nice little smile. So you just, subtle there in the tree. And finally, sticking with a foundational garment, the t-shirt. In this case, it is the concert tee, and we are envisioning Pascal as if he was a heavy metal band.
I love it. I love it.
Ready to roll. So there you go. That's this week's in Sensational 7. A loosely tied around the personalities of the 7 dwarfs and celebrating something happening in the world. And in this case, World Reptile Day.
That's fantastic. I didn't even realize it was World Reptile Day, but I love that.
Maybe it's National Reptile Day. I always do that where I flip it back and forth, but it's Reptile Day. I think it's national. I keep saying world, and I think it's national. Becca, that brings us to the to the shopping list.
It could be a sensational shopping list. No, it's not as sensational as the Sensational 7, but we do have a shopping list. Today was another pin drop at Disney Store, including I'm totally blanking on the name, Robin Hood animated feature. There's an anniversary slider pin, and then there were several princess pins as well, and a couple of holiday designs. So it was a big drop today for Disney pin collectors. And then we've got Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party merchandise for those of you who will be attending the parties at Magic Kingdom. Starting in November, there's some special exclusive party merchandise available, and we've got a preview of what that's going to be. And then we also spotted some pop sockets at Walt Disney World, including a Haunted Mansion, and then a Honey Pot, along with some Minnie and Winnie the Pooh designs as well. So super, super fun there. And then let's see, I'm totally losing my spot right here. The Mickey Family Christmas Collection has been one of the collections for this year to celebrate Christmas. There's been lots of different items, and now we have the Dooney and Burke designs. There are 3 bags, and you can find those exclusively at Disney Store. And then Her Universe is also getting in on the fun for the holiday collections, and they have some matching outfits for the whole family, including a button-up shirt for the baby. So everybody can get in on the fun this year. And then if you also want matching sweaters, there's the Disney Store Fair Isle collection. There are 4 different designs there. And then over in Europe, we've got Selfridges. They have teased their yellow collection, which is solid yellow plush figures and some other fun items, all on their way to Selfridges stores and Disney Store UK. And then Walt Disney Studios Park, while we're still over in Europe, we've got the farewell merchandise for the Studios Park at Disneyland Paris, as that is going through a whole transformation, and that's going to be it's going to be quite interesting to see when it's all done. But if you want to commemorate the park as it was when it opened, there's a couple of items that you can get. And then wrapping up here, we've got the Fantastic Four, The First Steps 4K Blu-ray home media release. Alex reviewed it and gives us great details about that. And then Spider-Man collection at Macy's is available now. So lots of fun stuff to look at.
And Jazzman, since you asked, Marvel stuff lately. New York Comic-Con had lots of Marvel content from our friends at Hasbro. So you can check out this article by Alex that we posted just a little over a week ago. Perhaps you haven't caught up on it yet. And our latest episode of Laughing Place on Location that dropped right on this channel on Sunday morning was about their adventures at New York Comic Con. So you can catch all the fun by scrolling through the channel here. We have a new title each Sunday morning for LP on Location because our team is constantly traveling here, there, and everywhere right now. I know my husband's down in Southern California. We've got our team over on the East Coast. I believe we have some others are traveling as well. So Laughing Place is always bringing you content from across the country and around the world in that world of Disney. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you'll get notified when we have new content, like today's walk around Disney's Animal Kingdom, checking out the latest construction and changes happening there. So with that, there is not going to be any trivia tonight. As I said, Doobie is traveling. So sorry for that. But tomorrow will be another morning update. So you can keep on track of all the latest Disney happenings. With that, Becca and I will see you next week. Bye.